How does the pandemic affect your job, source of income, or studies?
As a housewife, this pandemic affected my ability to work since everything I have to do is so limited to the point that I cannot do the things I am supposed to do.
Okay, so ever since the pandemic started, in the midst of the school year, we need to adjust from face-to-face classes to online classes. And we have no choice but to make a big adjustment, which is tough for us since everything is new and this is the first time that we'll be ever doing online classes setup, especially for college. And it's very hard since I'm in college and my course is medtech or medical technology, which involves a laboratory setup for us to learn.
The pandemic affects my studies since the only way of education that we have currently is through online classes. But in my opinion, the much more effective way of allowing us to learn things, most likely in our course, which is medical technology, is through face-to-face interaction because by then we would be able to learn how to perform tasks such as venipuncture that requires a teacher nearby to guide us in how to properly perform the task and I don't know, things just like that.
What feelings or emotions do you have knowing the fact that you will stay home for a long period of time during quarantine?
Most days I feel sad because the normal life I was used to do is now gone. As someone who grew from a barangay, I am used to interacting with people by physical touch, but since social distancing is a required protocol, I cannot properly communicate with the people around me.
To be honest, I felt sad and anxious at the same time because I have no idea when would this all end, and the thought that when will things go back to normal just makes me feel sad.
I guess for myself, as someone who likes to stay at home most of the time, I wouldn't say that there's any difference from what I was doing before the pandemic hit. So I would say it's the same, but it's sad hearing that a lot of people died during this pandemic and a lot of people lost their job in our messed up economy, which is both ISCO.
Can you cite instances or situations where you had experienced such feelings or emotions during the pandemic?
Whenever I hear news about people getting sick and losing their jobs.
I guess when my grandmother got sick with COVID, also my mother and my father. I mean only my mother while they were in Japan. Even though Japan has the most advanced healthcare in multiple countries, I would say that it is still a risk, and having COVID is still. It's better to prevent having COVID rather than curing whenever you already have COVID. So that's what I felt.
What common coping mechanisms did you do to adjust to the situation?
I listen to prayer meetings and do daily chores.
So I spend my time doing the things that I don't have time to do before. Since I'm just staying at home, so I told myself, why not do this? Like, example, like trying out, working out, things like that, and that's it.
I worked out for a few months before we began online classes. I guess I watched movies in Netflix and series, which I didn't really plan on watching before the pandemic hit. But after, since I was bored for a few months, I decided that why not?
What kind of realizations do you have? What advice can you give to others who are also experiencing the same situations?
I advise people to just accept life as it is and be close to God.
I realized that we should just live in the moment and make the most out of it, even though we're just staying at home. And my advice to those who are experiencing the same situation is that um, go and explore. There are a lot of things that you can do. Like you can start your own business or do your hobbies and then improve your skills or discover something new, read a book. So there are a lot of things or areas that you can improve on. And just be grateful because um, you are safe and you are staying at home with your family. So yeah, just spend more time with your family and also enjoy and don't forget to thank God because um, we're still we're still safe and we're still alive living with our families. So that's all.
I guess I would say that I learned that people should not take things for granted. I mean, as a Zoomer myself, I used to complain a lot, even in pre COVID. But now looking back, I think I've matured, and yeah, that's what I think I'll tell the future generations to come once this pandemic is over is to not take things for granted. Be grateful with what you have and just express love to what is given to you.